Health is high-tech movement, a beauty procedure for your eyebrows, guacamole that's extra good for you, a haircut fit for a TV host. Hey, that's me. I'm Hunter Frankie, and I'll show you my guitar skills. I'm Hunter Frankie, and those are his guitar skills. Today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. Today we're at the School of Rock, like it says here, and it's exactly what it sounds like. A school that teaches you how to rock from day one, whether you're 8 or 80. So take your first lesson with me right after this. This is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen on this show. I'm a little robot guy on this thing here. So what am I doing right now? Tell the people at home. And what is this representation of me?
All right, so right now you're in our direct motion capture system space.
Okay.
So the 8 cameras above us, actually we're able to capture the joints in your body.
Okay.
So then they can read how you're moving.
Okay.
It's very important to know how you're moving in case you have anything causing you pain or to keep you healthy.
Okay.
And that's really our objective here, keeping you healthy and optimizing your health. So to stand right over the green dot facing me. There you go. So the first movement we're gonna do is a shoulder abduction. So I want your hands on the side, thumbs facing out, and go.
Should I go past?
You're good. Now we're gonna go through the next movement. So horizontal abduction. So we're gonna bring our hands up front.
Okay.
Right there. When I say go,
Yep.
you go as far back as you can.
Far back.
And then bring it back to the center.
Bring it back to center.
Cool?
Okay, cool.
And go. When I say go,
Yep.
as far back as you can, then as far back down as you can, then back to the starting position.
Okay.
Good. All right, so now you're gonna do a single leg squat. So we're gonna start with the right leg up, left leg back, and then you're gonna squat down as low as you can, and then bring it back up. We're gonna do a vertical jump, so we're gonna see how high you jump.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna start at the top, come down, and jump as high as you can. Yep. Good.
I just finished taking my final test here. What did we look at? What did we measure during that test?
All right, what it's gonna give us is an overall score. Your overall score is 761. The best score we can get is 1,000.
Right.
Okay, and the overall score is comprised of how well you did performance-wise, which is
Yeah.
how much power you're producing, and then how well you're actually moving.
Right.
Okay.
So how did I do?
So you did pretty well. So if you see, you're above the typical range. So typical range is around 600. You did 761.
How do you use this to help people?
What the system tells us is what we need to focus on to keep you healthy.
Okay.
Number one is that left knee control. So you don't have enough stability in that left knee. So we're out there running, jumping, stuff like that. Sometimes that knee is going to start bothering you a little bit.
Right.
And eventually, if you do play a high impact sport, you might get hurt.
All right, so this is telling me I need to strengthen my left knee. It looks like I need to strengthen my left side in general.
Yeah, pretty much. So second is your left ankle control. You have excessive sway. So again, you don't have that much stability in that left ankle.
Okay.
For example, for myself, I got a little bit of issues in my left hip. Right.
Okay.
So just because I scored pretty high doesn't mean that I can't get better and
Right.
optimize my health. And we want to stay healthy at the end of the day.
Right.
So we can figure out how we can stay healthy. That's the most important thing we can do.
This is Bernie. He runs the School of Rock here and throughout Broward County, and he's going to show me how to play the drums. Bernie, do you think you can manage that?
No, but we're going to try anyways.
All right.
Drumsticks are whips. They're not baseball bats. So if you're thinking you're like, "Ah," you're not animal. You don't have to do all of that. Like drumsticks work with like speed. Speed is where your power comes from. With your right foot, you can hit that, you can press the pedal. Don't be afraid of it. There you go. You can hit it harder. Come on. There you go, my man. All right. Like anything, you have to train your body to do physical things. You know, like people gravitate towards different sports because they seem to connect with it and it seems to come a little bit easier with them. People connect to different instruments because the physicality of it makes it easier for them to connect. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 with me. Kick.
Whoops.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
Take your time.
it's all right.
Kick, stand, kick, stand. there. And so you're keeping a steady beat, okay?
I've never played any instrument in my life, ever. So the fact that I feel that I'm already learning something and kind of moving along is great.
You know, everybody talks about talent and everybody wants to talk about like, oh, I have this innate ability, but that's not what makes you able to learn something. Like
Right.
you have to work at something if you want to learn something. So let's try this again and we're gonna go a little bit faster.
Same thing? Okay.
Go. 1, 2, 3. Walk, keep going. 1,
Whoa,
2,
keep going.
3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. And all of a sudden it sounds
Look
like
at
music.
that.
Yeah.
So tell me about School of Rock.
The reason why it works is because we bring the group aspect of playing with other people in from the get-go. It keeps kids interested in music. We're always worried today about kids' self-esteem, but we need to worry about their esteem. Like a child being lauded for doing something well. And that's what separates the whole talent question. We don't ask about, nobody auditions to come to School of Rock. Music should be for everybody. But it's within your parameters. If you grow because you worked, that's the lesson we're trying to teach. When they get a taste of that, like I earned that. I earned that. Like I worked at that and I earned that and I got that. That's something that never leaves them.
Stay right there because when you come back, we've got Chef Michelle Bernstein getting microblading done at Junior and Hatter while I get a haircut, and Morgan shows you how to make some delicious guac that's healthy for you. All right, count me in. Let's practice a little more here.
Okay. 1, 2, ready, go.
Focusing on you. Innovations in modern medicine. From your team of cancer experts at Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center.
I know how lucky I am. I know that.
Irma Infante is overwhelmed with gratitude for her doctor now that she is in remission from pancreatic cancer.
I didn't have too much hope, and he gave me hope again. He gave me faith, and he lifted me up.
What was initially a devastating diagnosis turned around after she met Dr. Peter Hossein at Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center.
And I remember very clearly telling her on the first visit that there's a chance that we might be able to get rid of her cancer.
Genetic testing showed Irma had the BRCA gene mutation, often associated with breast and ovarian cancer.
Because of the BRCA mutation, the specific chemotherapy medication that she received actually works better than if you did not have the BRCA mutation.
Irma successfully completed 11 rounds of chemotherapy and is now in a clinical trial sponsored by the American Society of Clinical Oncology. Irma's enrolled in a study called TAPER. It matches patients to specific treatments according to their genetic profile.
That is a major paradigm shift that we see now compared to just 2 or 3 years ago. So we are routinely asking for genetic testing on all patients with a new diagnosis of pancreatic cancer.
This is Anthony, music director of School of Rock Pompano, and this is a guitar that I don't know how to play. So Anthony, where do I start?
Okay, so first things first, I know there's a lot going on here, but bring it close to your body. You want like this nice curved part snug against your ribs here, okay? You're already holding your guitar pick perfectly. You want to hold it like you're holding the key to your house. Give it a pick. Great, that's exactly what we want. Like,
Great.
what we
It
want
made
is-
sound.
It made sound. No, we're on the right track. We're gonna try to play, you know how you were keeping to a beat when you were on the drum set? Like we were counting to 4 and focusing on that?
Yes.
Let's start with that. We're just gonna play our guitar and stick to our 4 count, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Good, this is a great starting point. Now, a lot of people, they see the guitar and they see all this. This is all really important. These are the frets of our guitar. This is actually how we change the sound of our instrument right now. You're going to press down on the string. So go ahead and play your E string now. Sounds different, right?
It does, yes.
What's happening is that as we put our fingers on the different frets on the guitar, we're changing the sound of our string. Right? So we're gonna start with this. We're gonna play 4 beats on our E string with no finger. We call that open, right? We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna try to keep time and add our finger in and play 4 beats on this note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's great. Keep it going.
We are back in the kitchen today and we are playing with one of my favorite superfoods, the avocado. And today we're actually making some guacamole. I absolutely love guacamole, but everywhere I go, it's extra. a little like me. And not only is it extra, but you go out to buy it at places, and oftentimes to extend the shelf life, it's loaded with a bunch of ingredients that just aren't necessary. So why not cut costs, cut down on the chemicals, and make it yourself at home? So today we are doing that with a few ingredients. We have some avocado right here. We have some lemon, black pepper, paprika, garlic powder, pink Himalayan salt, some olive oil, and then we have a mix of peppers, onions, and tomatoes. So in this bowl, I have 3 small Hass avocados, and then I have 2 lemons. So we're gonna simply squeeze the lemon in the bowl. So now for about 3 avocados, here's where we wanna be mindful when it comes to our olive oil. Because although yes, it is very good fat, it's very calorie dense. So you wanna be mindful of that. We already have some fat with the avocados. So for 3 small ones, I'm using about 1/8 a cup of olive oil right here. I don't know about you, but I like a lot of color. I love tomatoes, I love onions, I love peppers. So I'm actually gonna put all of it in. You can put a little, you can put a lot, up to you. There's our Himalayan salt. We have some garlic powder, some paprika, add some nice color right there. And now we're just gonna get to smashing. This is the fun part. I absolutely love smashing my guacamole. You know, some people like it really creamy, some people like it a little bit more chunky. Again, it's a preference thing. You know, I like to taste it as I go. Maybe I'm like, maybe I'll add a little bit more salt, or needs a little bit more garlic. You know, another thing you can do if you like a lot of freshness is add some cilantro in there. You know, you can play with it. Like I always say on this show, there's no right and wrong. There's just clean and not clean ingredients. So making it yourself really is the way to go when it comes to guacamole. To pair with guacamole though, I think we all know that we need some chips to use to dip it in. So I have some cassava chips made with avocado oil. You know, there's a lot of healthy options out there. You don't have to go for your unhealthy tortilla chips made with just corn. So get in the grocery store, read the ingredients, take charge of your food, but at the same time, don't give up the foods you love. All right, well, I'm gonna sit here and have a little guac that's not extra, and you go check in with Hunter.
We're gonna play 4 notes of E,
Okay.
4 notes of G, and 4 notes of A. Ready, and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's great. That's exactly what we want to do. Now back to G. G, 2, 3, 4. That was awesome. Like, you are already playing music.
That felt awesome.
Yeah. And this is the thing. A lot of people are intimidated when they first pick up the guitar because they assume I have to do all of these things right from the get-go. And there's so many tiny bones and muscles moving in your hand that you have to start with the basics and like the really, really slow stuff to get to the really fun, like the big chord movement stuff. So if we start with just our right hand, keeping the pulse consistent and playing individual notes on our left hand, we're just building the connection between our brain and what our hands are doing.
Right. We're gonna try something new. Do you know who else tried something new recently? Chef Michelle Bernstein. She had microblading done, and I got a haircut. Check it out. All right, where do we go?
G, 2, 3, then we go to A. Awesome.
Chef Michelle Bernstein is known for being a James Beard Award-winning chef, hosting SoFlo Taste Saturdays at 10:30 a.m., and soon, her eyebrows.
Microblading is a cosmetic tattooing procedure that simulates the appearance of hair. Most people are great candidates for it unless there is some kind of skin condition or health condition that prohibits it. Pregnant women can't do it, but most people can do some form of microblading, and I feel like you've noticed pretty much most women have some form of cosmetic tattoo on their brows these days in South Florida.
My feeling is this needs to be filled in underneath here.
Yep.
This under here needs to go.
Okay.
This needs to be enhanced right here a little bit, and then this just needs to create density. I work inside the lines, not over them. The only place you're getting hair strokes that you don't currently have hair is right here, which we discussed before.
Yep.
Right here, which we also discussed before.
Yep.
And a tiny extension on your tail.
Okay, so I'm beginning the actual microblading procedure at this point. I'm making sure that I stretch her skin very tightly so that I implant the pigment in exactly the shape that I want it to be. I use hair-like strokes to follow the hair growth pattern that she actually has in the eyebrows. She'll need to come back once a year to boost the color, but it doesn't disappear completely.
It really is not painful.
It's actually less painful than plucking your eyebrows. I am looking to not feel like I have to fill in my eyebrows just to go to the supermarket. I don't wear much makeup, but the one thing I always feel like I need to do is fill my eyebrows. I've never liked how thin they've been most of my life. I always have to have a pedicure and I always have to have my eyebrows done. It makes me feel complete.
I am now using a stippling technique we refer to as shading on top of the microblading to blend out the areas where there are no hair with the areas which have some hair. It creates an illusion of density so that these completely hairless areas blend with the areas where there is some hair present.
We're done. I'm just putting a pigment mask on you. So this is basically the leftover pigment of what I used on you. And I'm just letting it settle into your skin.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy?
Yeah.
We don't want scabbing. Scabbing pulls the pigment out. So you want to pat that to absorb that lymph material in the beginning stages, okay?
You said
in
the first
about
3
3
hours.
hours, you're going to start washing them. Use a slightly damp Q-tip, a tiny amount of liquid antibacterial hand soap, and a little bit of water. After you've dried them, you put a rice grain size amount of Aquaphor on each brow. So you just a little bit of Aquaphor. You want to keep them hydrated but not greasy, okay? No saunas, no steam rooms, no swimming, no sweating, no sun exposure, no cooking. I'm kidding.
I'm out. Okay, got it.
Any questions, you call me.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
You're the
My
best.
pleasure. I'm glad you love them.
When SoFlo Health returns, we see Chef Michelle's microblading results, I talk men's haircuts, and a piano lesson that won't hurt your knuckles. We got the drums, the guitar, and now the keyboard. And I gotta say, I already feel like I've learned quite a bit in the time we spent here, so that's exciting that it's much more accessible than you might first think to start learning a new instrument. So, Bernie, where do we get started?
One of the main things about playing piano is that you have to be able to use all 10 fingers of independently of each other. In your right hand, I want you to place your thumb on what's called C. And you see that your fingers naturally kind of fold over into the other keys right there, right? It's very important to be able to relax when you play music. Again, like everything else we're talking about physical today, if you don't relax and you just try to creep tension and tension, if you're using these micro muscle systems that are attached to these macro muscle systems. This is why you're sitting up straight. Thank you. And it's good because you want to be able to use your big points of strength when you play. And you're going to play C, D, E, F, G. Good. And you can try to play a little bit stronger and go back down. G, F, E, D, C. Excellent. Good. Now, do it in your left hand. Cool. Both hands together. Wow, I am impressed. Most people usually swing and miss, and what they'll do is they'll start using their thumbs together and do like the mirror image thing.
Yeah, okay.
So that's very good. So now let's do this again.
Okay.
But and you'll see a trend, what I'm about to say, we're going to do it in rhythm.
In rhythm?
Yeah. C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C. Cool.
This isn't it. We're gonna try a jam sesh at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around for that. In the meantime, you watch this. Before the break, Chef Michelle Bernstein had her eyebrows microbladed. Here are the results.
Hi, Hunter.
Hello.
What do you think?
Oh my God, look at this. I can't tell what's your eyebrow and what the microblading is. It looks amazing.
It's all my eyebrow now.
It is all your eyebrow now.
Hi, Mario.
Hey, baby, how are you?
Hi, baby.
I'm well.
I love that you're getting your hair done here.
Right? Most importantly, how do you feel and what do you think?
I feel great. I mean, it's a little shocking
Is it?
right now. Yeah, they're a little darker than usual.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe it.
Yeah?
I can't believe I did it.
Are
I've
you
been
happy
talking
you
about
did
this
it?
for years. No, I'm thrilled. I can't wait to see what it's like in like a week and a half. I feel like I can go out right now.
You can.
I am. I'm going to work. All right. I'll
Thank
see
you
guys
so much.
later.
I'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye, babe.
All right, Mario, let's get to work.
Let's do it.
How do you decide a haircut for a person?
So typically, what I'm seeing right now is we have a good, healthy wave to it, but the sides, especially here in this what we call the parietal ridge, tends to get kind of poofy. So I want to take this in a little bit more. It'll give you longer life out of your haircut.
Okay. And when it comes to styling for your hair type, I have fine hair, correct?
Right.
What's the difference?
You have fine hair, but you have a good amount of it. So thin hair is a lacking of hair. You're actually lacking hair. By no means are you lacking hair. But each individual hair strand is thin.
Okay.
So you have a lot of it. So your hair is considered fine. So I'm gonna start with just doing a 1.5 here on the back.
Okay.
just to take it down. I'm not going to take it down to skin.
Sure.
I like using scissors to kind of blend this out because it's a little bit more customized. When you do everything with the machine, it's very finalized because it's just everything is this.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're working with scissors and a comb, you're able to kind of customize it more and blend it more.
Right.
And it'll give you a longer life out of the haircut.
Tell me about Junior and Hatter.
So we opened up 6.5 years ago here in Wynwood. We started off originally just on the other side. It was just a salon, and we had a women's salon with 2 men's barbering chairs.
Right.
When this space became available, we blew a hole in the wall and we connected the whole thing and built out an entire barbershop. A lot of guys are usually intimidated to come into a hair salon to get their haircut.
Yeah.
So we saw it as an opportunity to create an experience where we have people who know haircutting through education through women's haircutting and men's haircutting in a very male-friendly space.
Well, here is the final result, Mario. What do we think? I think it looks pretty darn good.
I think we knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, thank you very much. And this little trouble area we having, no problems at all. I love the product, and I feel good. And I think that's the most important part about getting a haircut. You feel great, and you look good too.
Cool.
So Mario, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, my friend.
Nice.
That's it for this week's episode of SoFlo Health. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone here at School of Rock, Bernie and Anthony. I really feel like I've learned how to play a little bit of several different instruments, and that's very empowering to know it's accessible to you if it's something you want to take the time to learn. If you've missed any previous episodes of SoFlo Health, you can watch them on SoFloHealth.com. And as always, follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. And until next week, hit it, boys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next week on SoFlo Health, we enter the sacred space and taste world-class plant-based food at the aptly named Plant Miami. We show you a body composition scanner and how to use its insights for your health. Plus, dog food fit for a human. Morgan shows us a walk in the park that isn't just a walk in the park, and oh my quad, the proper form for the front squat.